Hello, everybody. Captain Marty here, live from Pirates Cove Marina on the Manio Nags Head Causeway. And we're here for day number 2 of the 21st Annual Dare County Boatbuilders Foundation Billfish Tournament. A lot of fun going on. I'll bring you an update and a little bit of standings, and we'll talk about fishing all over the Outer Banks, and I'll be right back.
Welding. It's ultimately the use of lightning to fuse metals and steel together, and at Wanchi's Metalworks, that's what they do best. Specializing in marine fabrication and repair on sport and commercial fishing vessels, Wanchi's Metalworks does fuel tank fabrication, rod racks, rocket launchers, T-tops, towers, struts, rudders, trim tabs, and green sticks, just to name a few. They also do interior and exterior handrails and stainless kitchen work too. Whether it's MIG, TIG, or arc welding, Wanchi's Metalworks does it all. They're the realest of the real when it comes to metal and steel. Wanchi's Metalworks, 102 CB Daniels Road, Wanchi's.
Scrambling around to different stores, in and out of the car multiple times to make sure you have everything you need for the beach, that can be such a hassle. But not with the Breeze Through in Avon. Breeze Through is your one stop for gas, beer, drinks, ice, sandwiches, snacks, coffee, sunscreen, and the best part, you don't even have to get out of your vehicle. That's right, just sit tight. Breeze Through will bring everything you need right to your car. Looking for a keg for a special event or gathering? Breeze Through is the only store on Hatteras Island who sells them. Breeze Through Avon, milepost 55, and online at breezethroughobx.com.
All right, so over the tournament, 35 boats fished yesterday. I think 32 of them ended up hanging on to their scorecards and turning them in. A couple took the option of not counting their score. It's called a mulligan, and they did that. So that eliminates them for the day, so they still would have 2 more days of fishing. But that's how it works. You get 2 scoreable days out of 3. So we'll see what happens today on the fishing. Yesterday, we had 51 billfish caught, 8 blue marlin. All the rest of them were sailfish. You know, for 35 boats, 51 billfish. Not bad. Not nearly as good as tournaments we've had, but there was a few meat fish weighed in. The horseplay is in first place with 2 blue marlin and 6 sailfish. Obviously, they were in the meat. The Sikatan with my old neighbor and my good friend Daniel Spencer running the family boat, the family Paul Spencer boat, built by the Spencer Boatworks family. They had 6 sailfish, including 5 at one time. I don't know what you would call that, something that's more than a quad. So I don't know, a quintet maybe, at one time. And then he had 1 sailfish earlier in the morning. So he had a total of 6 sailfish for second place. In the freestyle, had 5 sailfish in third place. So that's what happened in the tournament. More updates as they happen. Offshore fishing was kind of squally. Well, offshore and inshore fishing really through the day, especially in the evening. Hatteras has been doing real good on blackfin tuna and Baylor-sized dolphin with a scattered wahoo. The Oregon Inlet fleet outside of the tournament has done pretty well on yellowfin tuna, a few big-eye tunas, and on some days they had heavy catches of blackfin tuna as well. In case you don't know, the blackfins are the smallest, average size, then comes the yellowfins, and then the big eyes, which you can get up to and over 200 pounds. I mentioned scattered billfish in the catches, and also a scattered wahoo. So all that is about the status quo. Inshore boats are picking away at whatever they can get. Down in Hatteras, it would be king mackerel and Spanish mackerel and a little bit of bottom fishing going on. At Oregon Inlet, it's ribbon fish, a lot of ribbon fish, and then they also doing some bottom fishing. But both inlets have had some big schools of drum marauding around outside the inlets. And if the charter boats or the recreational fishermen see them, it can be really, really good fishing. Pier and surf fishing is holding its own. It's a little bit on the scrappy side, typical for this time of year. The variety is good though. Almost every species can be caught in July, and some of the best eaten fish of the year are caught, including the pompano and the sea mullet. So we do have some of that going on. There's also croakers and spots, a few small drum, a few black drum around in any of the pier pylons. They're catching sheephead. And then on the beach, same exact species, maybe a little heavier on the sea mullet in the surf. A few bluefish too, whether you're on the pier or in the surf. There's been some 4-pounders, been pretty common. So nothing really spectacular, nothing news breaking, or nothing to run out and cast a line in, but you put in your time and you're going to catch small bottom fish. Those are crowd pleasers and really, really good eating. So keep that in mind. Now we'll take a little break and I'll tell you about what to expect in the backcountry.
Boasting phenomenal seafood dishes, a great menu, and waterfront views with deck seating, Striper's Bar and Grill at the Shallowbag Bay Marina in Manio serves a casual, fun-filled dining experience with an Outer Banks flair. With 3 floors to choose from, you're bound to find the perfect seat for you and yours while enjoying great food and fantastic drinks. To see our menu and to catch a glimpse of the beautiful views, go online to stripersbarandgrill.com. Striper's Bar and Grill at the Shallowbag Bay Marina in Manio, where everyone's a VIP.
Backcountry fishing has been very good. I did talk to Ivy Cage, who is the mate on one of the head boats, and I also talked to Jenna Crossway. I talked to her yesterday evening on the docks at Pirates Cove. She had been out on the Crystal Dawn, and she said they had very good sea mullet fishing. Now that's a good thing to know, because if you're a recreational boater and you like going after something that's a little less challenging than a drum or a speckled trout, sea mullets are crowd pleasers. And again, as I said in the surf and pier report, really, really good to eat. She mentioned that they had like 60 or 80 on their half-day trip, so that was good. I also talked to somebody again who reported earlier in the week he had 80 speckled trout, mostly released, of course, but he had another good day yesterday and caught 40. So the speckled trout bite is good. They seem to be smaller right now. I'm thinking that's because the bigger ones are filling up on shrimp and are a little bit harder of a target to lure them away. But so you got speckled trout, you got down on the bottom sea mullet, you got bluefish could be on the bottom or the surface, and you got the drum we mentioned. Now there are some big schools of drum. These are newsmakers. The red drum is our state fish, and there are schools of fish up to 45 and 50 pounds, and there are schools of yearlings. Most everything you see on the top is going to be the bigger drum. So if that's something you want to do, now remember that mostly is going to be catch and release. Most of the fish I just mentioned are above the slot size, but if that's something you're interested in doing, there are plenty of availabilities with guided professionals, or it might be something you want to do on your own. In that case, I would highly recommend you stop in and visit your local tackle shops, which will give you local knowledge at no extra charge, and always they have the freshest bait. They work hard at that. It's very, very difficult. It's a little bit political, and it's you gotta know which commercial fisherman you have is your best friend as far as how you get those fresh corncob mullets. So that's what's happening in the Sound. That's what's happening in the surf and in the ocean. And I'll be here at Pirates Cove all day, and we'll be at the scales right outside the door of the pavilion in the evening. Justin Bateman will be there, my podcast partner from One Boat Inc. and Outer Banks This Week magazine. So come out and say hello, have some fun, and if you want to buy a meal ticket, you can do that as well. Have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you when the fishing picks back up tomorrow.